Persuasion and Political Campaigns by Teresa Bonema. Persuasion has a powerful effect in political campaigns by changing attitudes and influencing voters. This is more evident as the use of media has evolved and strategies as person-oriented advertising are used to change the inferences made by the consumer about the candidates. Political advertising is a form of campaigning used by political candidates to reach and influence voters. It can include several different mediums and span several months over the course of a political campaign. According to Nathaniel Swager, in Seeing is Believing, people use the images shown in an ad to make substantive inferences about the candidates. Because of the power of the images within the ads and their relatively low costs, practically and strategically, political candidates can realize enormous benefits by designing a campaign image that appeals to a voter's policies preference. Persuasion in political campaigns, the use of television, cable internet, and social media platforms and their influence on attitude change and election outcomes. Over the last 20 years, a successful election campaign has come to depend in large part on successful use of the broadcast media. As a result, media experts are part of most politicians' teams, and their strategies help determine the results of the election. This from the article, The Techniques of Modern Election Campaigns by Dan Nemo. The historical perspective of the impact of television on political campaigns comes from the source Boundless, which states that Dwight Eisenhower was one of the first presidents to use this form of medium. John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson were both successful. However, Nixon didn't fare as well because his presence didn't come across as charismatic in front of a camera. The greatest impact, however, was the campaign of Lyndon Johnson in 1964 versus Barry Goldwater, the famous Daisy attack ads. According to Mike Billy, it was one of the first negative political advertisements, and it was a commercial showing a young girl picking the petals off a daisy while a voice off camera began a countdown to a nuclear explosion. The ad ended with an appeal to vote for Johnson because the stakes are too high for you to stay home. Though an ad ran for under a minute, only aired once, it helped Johnson win the electoral votes of 44 states. Cable television and internet. According to Boundless.com, the growth of cable television network heavily influenced political advertising in the 1992 election. Candidates could reach new demographics, tailor their advertisements to a particular audience, and communicate directly with supporters and constituents. Paul Saget in The Balance said, "It was fair to say that William J. Clinton was the first presidential candidate to effectively use more of the non-traditional forms of a political ad. He ran campaigns comprised of TV spots, radio ads, and billboards, but he had a greater, wider reach by appearing on daytime and nighttime TV talk shows, MTV, and Saturday Night Live." According to E. Colbert from the New York Times,